Hi, welcome to my session on Module 4 Programming in C. So, here I will be giving an introduction to functions. Before discussing function, we need to understand what is meant by modular programming. Okay, hope you know the term module, right? In your syllabus itself, you know your syllabus consists of numerous modules, right? Why it is done? It is separating, right? Separating different type of portions into separate modules, right? Similarly, in a program also there may be different work or actions. So this thing can be grouped into different modules. Such type of program is called modular programming. Example, in the case of bank, there will be so many actions or parts in, like deposit money, withdraw money, then understand minimum balance, etc. So all these different works can be written as separate modules. Maybe they can be written in separate files also. Okay, maybe you can write a file for withdrawal, you can write a file for storing deposit details. Program. Okay, so different files will be having different programs for doing different actions or different requirements, and you will be maintaining a main file where all these sub programs in different files will be integrated. Such a technique is called modular programming. Or modular programming requires breaking down a program into a group of files or modules. Or we shall repeat it again. Breaking down a program into group of files or modules. Okay, അപ്പോൾ എന്താണ് ഈ ഓരോ മൊഡ്യൂളിലുള്ളത്? Each module consists of separate program. So that will be doing separate works. As I said, in the case of banking program, one file will be dealing with deposit, other file will be dealing with withdrawal, other file will be dealing with balance checking, etc. So this type of programming is called modular programming. As I said, these different programs will be linked to a main program file. Okay, so this main program file will be linking all these subprogram files. Example, there will be a main program file for bank, and this main program file will be calling maybe a withdrawal file, a deposit file, etc. So this is modular program. You can see there are different files. Some of the files I have shown here, and these files will be linked to the main program file. Okay, for example, here it is file 2, this is file 3, you can see, and there is a main program file. So they will be calling and the function can be executed. What is the use of this modular programming? First point is that you can divide the development or the whole task into different subparts. Second one, the program will be more readable. For example, if you are given a file for withdrawal, you can understand the code easily. Suppose you are given an entire code with full code, suppose with withdrawal, deposit, and so many other things. It will be difficult for you to identify where this withdrawal happens or where this deposit happens. If they are written in separate files, it will be easy to do so. Then allow the reuse of code. So one code you have written in some file, that code can be used by any other program. Manageability. You can easily manage the separate files. Collaboration. All the dependent files will be integrated using some main file or some other collaboration mechanism. Okay, now we shall see what is a function. You are all familiar about main function, right? Yes. So main, what is the specialty of main function? It is having a curly bracket and there's a closing curly bracket, and within that so many statements will be written, right? What it means? These statements are grouped into a function main, right? Similarly, what is a function? Function is a segment of a program or part of a program that has specific name and that will contain some statements related to it. For example, suppose you have written a program. That program involves so many tasks. For example, sorting, searching, etc. Sorting you will be writing as a function. Searching you will be writing as a function. You will be having a main function. Likewise. So all the sorting statements will be in sort function. All the searching statements will be in the corresponding function, and the main statements will be in main function, and they will be linked. So in short, function is to name a group of statements that perform some work. For example, if you have written code for addition, you can group the code for addition into a function and give a name, say add. Likewise. Next, what are the types of functions? Functions can be of two types. One is standard library function, other one user defined function. What is standard library function? Standard library functions are built-in functions. So it's already defined in C. It's in some header files. Example, you are using so many functions like printf, scanf. Where this are you the designer of this printf function or scanf function? No, these functions are already defined in declared in stdio.h. So similarly, so many other functions are there. If you want to use some built-in function, for example, sqrt. This is a function for finding the square root of a number. This function is declared in a header file called math.h. So if you want to use sqrt function in your program, you have to write #include angular bracket math.h. Thereby you are including math.h in your program. Similarly, you are familiar with strlen function, which is for finding the string length. This is also a built-in function defined inside string.h. To use this strlen function, you have to write #include angular bracket string.h. Next, user defined functions. So as I said, earlier mentioned functions are already declared in the header files. Now you have to write a function. Okay. So that is called user defined function. So there you can write statements and you can group them under a function and you can give a name like this. So we shall see what are the functions in a C program. As you know, there should be minimum one function, which is a main function, which is very much compulsory. You know why? When a C program is executed, the first thing that will be executed is main function. Only after that, other actions will be done. If you have written so many other functions, they should be called inside main function. So that when you execute the program, main function will execute first, and this main function contains call for other functions. So other functions will be also called from main function and other functions can also be executed. One important point is that you cannot define one function inside other function. That means if you have written a function Okay, inside that you should not write or define another function, but you can call another function. Okay, so a function cannot be defined inside another function's definition. Okay, that we shall see in detail later. As I said, a function, any function can be called from any other function. Suppose you have function 1, which is calling another function, function 2. So function 1 is calling function 2. When the call comes, the control will go to function 2. Then function 2 will be executed, and only after completion of function 2, the control will again comes to the point where it was called in function 1. Okay. So in the case of function, we will be discussing about arguments later, that we shall discuss later. What is a function? As I said, it can break down a program into different parts. As I said earlier, if you have program for maybe big program where you have to do searching, you have to do sorting and some other action, it is searching, sorting, everything can be written as separate functions. Okay. Second one, if you have written a function, that function can be called from anywhere, so the function can be reused. Then program will be more understandable and program will become more simple. Of course, it will be very easy to write the program because you know you have to write a searching part, you have to write sorting part, everything is clear. So it's very easy to write and debug. Debug means to find errors. Then it's easily portable. It can be taken to any other machine. That is portability. So we'll be discussing more about user-defined functions. Okay. So user-defined function mainly consists of 3 parts. First one is function definition, function declaration, function call. Okay. Function definition means we are defining what the function is. Okay. For example, sorting. What are the codes inside sort? We are writing that. That is function definition. Then function definition we shall see in detail. Okay, it's also called function prototype or function signature. We shall see in detail. Then function call means you have to call the function or execute the function. So we have to then only the function will be executed. We shall see briefly about all these.